Hey there, welcome back to Retro Reel Recaps. Today we're breaking down the action-packed movie, Bullet Train. It's about a group of deadly assassins who all end up on the same high-speed train, each with their own mission. When their paths cross, chaos explodes. The movie opens in a Tokyo hospital. A man named Yuichi stands beside his son, who's in a coma after being pushed off a building. Yuichi's father, the elder, visits, but instead of comforting him, he blames Yuichi for not being there when his son needed him. Later, Yuichi grabs his gun, he's ready for revenge. Meanwhile, we meet an unlucky American assassin walking through Tokyo, talking to his handler, Maria. She gives him the code name Ladybug, a joke about his terrible luck. His mission? Board the bullet train and steal a mysterious briefcase with a sticker on the handle. This job was supposed to go to another assassin named Carver, but he got sick, so Ladybug takes his place. At the train station, Ladybug accidentally bumps into Yuichi, making him drop his locker key and ticket without realizing it. Luckily, Ladybug knows how to pick locks, so he opens the locker anyway and grabs the sleeping powder he asked for. But he leaves the gun behind. He doesn't think this mission will get violent. Ladybug convinces the train conductor to let him board with just his receipt. Yuichi also gets on the train smoothly. Yuichi is following instructions from the person who tried to kill his son. He's blackmailed. If he doesn't obey, his son might be hurt again. When Yuichi reaches his seat, he sees a young, innocent-looking girl sitting next to him. He thinks she's harmless, until she suddenly tases him. Her name is Prince, a master manipulator who uses her cute appearance to trick people. Meanwhile, Ladybug follows Maria's directions and finds the briefcase in the luggage rack. He doesn't know it belongs to two deadly assassin brothers, Tangerine and Lemon. The sticker on the briefcase? That's from Lemon, who's obsessed with Thomas the Tank Engine. He even carries Thomas stickers with him. But the brothers aren't just guarding the briefcase. They're also escorting the kidnapped son of the White Death, the most feared mafia boss in the world. The White Death hired them to bring his son home safely, along with the briefcase full of ransom money his enemies owed him. Tangerine gets regular check-in calls from their handler. But when Lemon checks the luggage rack, the briefcase is gone. Lemon isn't too worried. He thinks delivering the son alive is the main mission. But Tangerine explains why the briefcase matters by telling the story of the White Death. Years ago, the Japanese underworld was ruled by a brutal but principled man named Minagishi. One day, a former Russian mafia member joined his gang and worked his way up, becoming Minagishi's trusted advisor. The other advisors didn't trust him, but Minagishi ignored their warnings. A big mistake. Soon the Russian, now called the White Death, formed his own gang and killed Minagishi and all his men in one night. Now he's the most powerful and ruthless crime boss in the world. But for the past few years, he's been hiding in his compound after his wife died in a car accident. That's why he hired Tangerine and Lemon, who handled the famous Bolivia job for him before instead of coming himself. Tangerine and Lemon rush to find the briefcase, but when they check on the White Death's son, he's dead. His eyes are bleeding, someone poisoned him. Now, things just got way more complicated. Yuichi wakes up and realizes Prince, the innocent-looking but deadly girl, has tampered with his gun. Worse, Prince has a henchman in the hospital where Yuichi's son is. If Yuichi kills her, his son dies too. Prince reveals she knows Yuichi works for the White Death. 2 days ago, he delivered a briefcase to one of the White Death's men. That's how she found him. Her plan? Use Yuichi to kill the White Death for her. Meanwhile, Ladybug tries to escape the train at the next stop, but the exit is blocked by the Wolf, a mercenary from a Mexican gang. The Wolf is here for revenge. Weeks ago, on his wedding day, he spilled his wine by accident, and that saved his life. Everyone else at the wedding died from poisoned drinks, their eyes bleeding. Someone told him the killer is on this train, and he's here to make them pay. A brutal fight breaks out between Ladybug and the Wolf, moving into the train's bar. The Wolf stabs Ladybug, but the knife hits Ladybug's phone instead. Ladybug fights back, and when the Wolf throws his knife, Ladybug blocks it with the briefcase, sending the knife back into the Wolf's chest. The train is about to stop, so Tangerine and Lemon quickly hide the White Death's dead son, covering his face with funny glasses. Lemon guards the exit, checking every passenger. Ladybug sees him and recognizes Lemon from a past mission where Lemon tried to kill him. Ladybug can't use this exit, so he runs through the train, but bumps into the train's mascot, who tries to steal the briefcase. After punching the mascot, Ladybug tries another exit, but it's too late. The doors close and the train moves again. Ladybug hides in the bar, stashes the briefcase, and takes Wolf's phone to call Maria. She confirms that the wedding massacre was meant to kill Wolf's boss. Everyone else died just for being there. Ladybug was there as a waiter and accidentally made Wolf spill his drink, but he didn't poison anyone. Ladybug realizes that the White Death's son died with bleeding eyes, just like Wolf's wedding guests. Someone else is killing people the same way. Meanwhile, Tangerine searches for the briefcase, and Ladybug hides in the luggage rack. But Tangerine spots him. Luckily, he doesn't recognize him. Tangerine runs into Prince and Yuichi, and Prince describes Ladybug. She saw him earlier. Ladybug, now sitting across from Lemon. Ladybug offers a deal. I will give you the briefcase. Don't kill me. Lemon refuses. He thinks Ladybug killed the son of White Death. A fight breaks out, and Ladybug knocks Lemon out, then spikes Lemon's water with sleeping powder. He hides Lemon's gun. Ladybug finds White Death's son's body, eyes bleeding, just like Wolf's family. Ladybug steals Lemon's phone and calls Maria, realizing someone else is poisoning people on the train. But while blocking a door with luggage, he accidentally releases a snake, the same one stolen from the zoo days ago. This snake's venom causes the bleeding eyes. Now Ladybug hides from Tangerine. Knowing he is hunting him, Ladybug pays a passenger to swap clothes. When Tangerine arrives, he mistakes the passenger for Ladybug, giving Ladybug a chance to escape. Prince and Yuichi head to the train's bar to find the briefcase, then hide in the bathroom. Yuichi gets a call from the elder, his father, which Prince forces him to put on speaker. The elder asks why Yuichi left the hospital. Yuichi admits he's here for revenge. The elder is disappointed, but before Yuichi can explain more, Prince makes him hang up. Now Yuichi stays in the bathroom, trying every possible combination to open the briefcase, while Prince guards the door, keeping up her fake innocent act. She even throws Yuichi's phone away so he won't get distracted. Meanwhile, Tangerine wakes up Lemon, who now doubts Ladybug killed the son. Their talk is interrupted by a call. Their handler tells them instead of going to Kyoto, they must get off at the next stop with the son and the briefcase. A group of Yakuza gangsters will be waiting, but the brothers suspect a trap. Tangerine gets off alone, telling the gangsters he's a professional who doesn't fall for tricks. Lemon stays on the train, making it look like the son is still alive by waving his arm like a puppet through the window. The trick works, the gangsters believe them, and Tangerine gets back on safely. Now the brothers split up to search both ends of the train for Ladybug. Before leaving, Tangerine gives Lemon his gun for protection. Once the brothers are gone, Prince checks on the son and spits on his dead body out of sheer hate. Why she is doing this is revealed later in the movie. She returns to the bathroom, where Yuichi finally opens the briefcase. But Prince doesn't care about the money. She wants to plant a bomb inside. Her plan? When the White Death opens the briefcase, it explodes and kills him. She rigged Yuichi's gun the same way, inspired by how the White Death always kills his attackers with their own weapons. Ladybug hides in another bathroom while Maria explains more. A famous surgeon who operated on gangsters was killed mid-surgery, same eye-bleeding poison. The killer is an assassin named Hornet. Ladybug must find Hornet and hand them to the brothers to save his own life. Ladybug makes a big mistake. He's using Lemon's phone, and Tangerine tracks him down. Another brutal fight breaks out in the bathroom. They only stop when Tangerine gets a call. White Death's men order him to get off at the next stop with the briefcase, or everyone on the train dies. Since the gangsters don't know what Lemon looks like, Ladybug will pretend to be him. They grab a random briefcase and get off the train. But disaster. The briefcase accidentally opens, revealing it's not the right one. Before the gangsters can catch them, Ladybug and Tangerine sprint back onto the train just as it takes off again. Lemon is still searching for Ladybug while drinking his water, which has sleeping powder in it, thanks to Ladybug. He runs into Yuichi and Prince. Prince tries her fake innocent act again, but Lemon catches her in a lie. She says she hasn't seen a briefcase, but Lemon never mentioned a briefcase. This makes him realize she's lying and that she is the real troublemaker. Lemon shoots Yuichi to make Prince talk. They hide Yuichi's body in the bathroom. But then the sleeping powder kicks in, and Lemon passes out. Prince steals his gun, shoots Lemon, and hides him in the bathroom too. At the next stop, Ladybug tells Tangerine where the briefcase is and tries to get off the train. But Tangerine won't let him. He still needs a fall guy to blame. Ladybug kicks Tangerine off the train just as it starts moving again. But Tangerine doesn't give up. He runs after the train, jumps on the back, and breaks a window to get back inside. While moving through the train, Ladybug finds Yuichi's ringing phone. The elder is calling to check on Yuichi. Ladybug tells him to use the tracking app and hangs up. He goes back to the bar, finds the rigged briefcase, and checks Wolf's body for clues. Ladybug realizes the Hornet, the poison assassin, has been hiding in the mascot costume this whole time. She killed the son and poisoned Wolf's wedding. She was disguised as the chef. Suddenly, the Hornet attacks Ladybug, now dressed as a trolley employee. Hornet injects Ladybug with poison. Ladybug grabs the syringe and injects her back. Hornet tries to use the antidote, but Ladybug steals it for himself and leaves her to die. Tangerine finds the locked bathroom and opens it, only to see his brother Lemon's dead body. He puts his necklace on Lemon, a sign of love and respect. Tangerine takes Yuichi's gun, ready for revenge. He calls the White Death, "Meet me in Kyoto, stop being a coward." White Death reveals he bought all the tickets, only mercenaries are left on the train. Tangerine runs into Prince, who fakes crying and tells a made-up story. At first, Tangerine believes her, but then he sees a sticker on her back put there by Lemon before he died. Tangerine realizes Prince is the real villain and tries to shoot her. But Ladybug shows up, sees Prince's fake tears, and jumps on Tangerine to stop him. In the struggle, the gun with Ladybug fires accidentally, bang, and kills Tangerine. The train is about to stop, and Ladybug promises to protect Prince, still thinking she's innocent. Prince pretends her bag is stuck and begs Ladybug not to leave her because she's scared. Ladybug misses his chance to escape again, but someone else gets on the train, the elder Yuichi's father. He followed the tracker app from Yuichi's phone. The elder recognizes Prince's voice from their earlier call. He sits across from them, staring her down. Ladybug tries to grab Prince's gun, but snakebite. The same poisonous snake from earlier bites Ladybug. He panics, runs to the bathroom, and flushes the snake down the toilet. Luckily, the antidote he grabbed from Hornet saves him. While Ladybug's gone, the elder grabs Prince's bag and realizes she's the one who pushed his grandson off the roof. Prince admits everything. She needed Yuichi to help kill the White Death. Pushing his son was the only way to force Yuichi onto the train. She lies, saying Yuichi and his son are dead. But the elder isn't fooled. He left a bodyguard at the hospital, who already killed Prince's henchman. Prince loses her advantage and runs away. Ladybug returns, and the elder shares his past. As a young man, he promised to provide for his family no matter what. That's why he joined Minagishi's crime family. He was one of the advisors who warned Minagishi about the White Death, but was ignored. When the White Death killed everyone, the elder only survived by luck. He came home to find his wife dead and his house destroyed. Only Yuichi survived. Since then, he's been waiting for revenge. And now, fate has brought the White Death to him. They check the bathroom and find Yuichi is alive. The bullet missed his organs. Lemon is alive too. His bulletproof vest saved him, but Lemon is heartbroken when he sees Tangerine's necklace around his neck. He attacks Ladybug and Yuichi, wanting revenge. The elder stops him. If we want to survive the White Death, we must work together. The train reaches Kyoto, where the White Death is waiting with an army of assassins. Ladybug walks out with the briefcase, trying to buy time. White Death's men capture him and fight over who gets to open the briefcase. Meanwhile, White Death boards the train and confronts Prince, who drops a bombshell. She's his daughter. He always wanted a son. That's why he called her Prince, a name she hates. She resented her brother for being the heir even though he was useless. She became a mercenary just to prove herself to her father. But the White Death doesn't care. He takes the rigged gun from her, but doesn't shoot her. "I've always seen you," he says. "But you were never part of my plan." Lemon runs to the control room, trying to figure out how to start the train. White Death checks the briefcase and confirms Ladybug's theory that every assassin on the train was hired by him. He wanted them to kill each other. He reveals that this was his revenge for his wife's death. The Bolivia mission done by Tangerine and Lemon killed White Death's crew, forcing him to leave his wife alone. His wife's car crash wasn't an accident. It was an assassination attempt meant for him. She could have survived, but Hornet killed the surgeon who could have saved her. His son died because he got into trouble. His wife was in the car trying to help him. Ladybug wasn't supposed to be here. White Death wanted Carver, who actually killed his wife. Before Ladybug can explain the mix-up, the henchmen open the briefcase. Boom! The bomb explodes. The explosion throws Ladybug, White Death, and more gangsters back onto the train. Yuichi and the Elder fight the gangsters. Lemon finally starts the train again. The Elder fights White Death hand-to-hand and almost loses, but Yuichi saves him by throwing a water bottle in White Death's face. The Elder finishes White Death with his sword. Meanwhile, Ladybug and Lemon fight gangsters in the control room trying to stop the train. Lemon sacrifices himself, pushing the last gangster off the train, and falls into the water with him. Ladybug cuts some wires, forcing the train off the rails. It crashes into Kyoto. Amidst all the chaos, Yuichi and the Elder hold onto a seat and survive. Ladybug lands safely on the soft mascot costume. White Death is still alive. But then Prince's rigged gun goes off, finally killing him. Prince shows up, ready to become the new White Death, but bam! A truck full of tangerines runs her over. What just happened? Lemon survived the fall and swam to safety. He saw the tangerine truck, took it as a sign, and stole it to get revenge on Prince. Yuichi and the Elder leave safely. Ladybug sees a fancy car arrive. It's Maria, his handler, coming to pick him up. But Ladybug's bad luck isn't over. A falling light post crushes her car. The movie ends on this funny note, proving that Ladybug really is the unluckiest assassin ever. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more movie breakdowns, and share with friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time.